Here we are, everybody. Welcome as we get into this game. We're actually going to be spawning on top of a very powerful Zerg player. It is TSL.Revival, the red Zerg in the bottom left of this game. This is going to be shaping up to be an amazing best of three. As of right now, for some reason, my computer's not letting me add in. It's not letting me add in the overlay. That's so weird. Are we gonna get into that? Okay, so there we go. At the very least, I remember what's okay. Alright, well, apparently I'm not going to be able to add it in. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. It's not even in my XSplit. So, all that aside, we got Revival being the red Zerg in the bottom left. I've got your 3D thing down there, so it's going to look a little sloppy, but nah, whatever. So here we have TSL Revival. Such a strong opponent for complex, or not complexity, mYmMVP.DRG is going to be the, actually, there we go, now it's in the right spot. The correct Zerg player in the top right. Blue Zerg, DRG, it's just a bunch of Korean characters. I have no idea what that means versus TSL Revival, who luckily has his in more English stuff, which is all good. So we have ourselves our first ZVZ of the day, and I am so happy to be seeing DRG playing his ZVZ, because mostly I've just seen him ZVT, and it's kind of odd. I've basically just only seen him ZVT. I guess it makes sense with the GSL and everything being mostly Terrans and Zergs, etc, etc, etc. So I know his ZVT style is pretty interesting, but his ZVZ, I'm assuming, is going to be incredibly aggressive, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up going into mutas, just based on the fact that he likes to use mutas so heavily in ZVT. So, with that in mind, I kind of am curious about your voting too, if you guys think Revival can pull this off, because Revival is definitely a very, very experienced person in the StarCraft community. He's incredibly powerful. He's on the SCV life, and as far as things go, I think, did he go for an early? He went for an early. I think he might have 10 pooled or something. If he 10 pooled, that would be... Ooh, that'd be really interesting, actually, if he goes for the 10 pool. Huh. 10 pool's going down. You got the extractor down there as well. The hatchery's down, so it's not going to be an all-in kind of 10 pool, but he may be using this to destroy the expansion of DRGs, because if the hatch first of DRG is vulnerable to a 10 pool, you can kind of attack it and almost force it to be destroyed or cancelled or something. And with this gas coming in, we might see either really fast Banelinks, or he could be going for some kind of quick metabolic boost pressure. But the first set of Lings are actually not even out at all. He's just using it apparently to get a faster queen out. That's just be the only benefit that's going to be doing. He's not going to actually engage with this. Which I guess it's fine. I mean, I kind of wish he did. It's more exciting when that does happen. And I would say I still can't get the overlay. I have no idea why that overlay just will not show up. Alright, so right now we do have Revival, just as Hatch is now done. And with that, we've got Metabolic Boost and keeping all the guys in gas. So we are going to be seeing very fast Banelings coming out of Revival. This is going to switch it up and go for, something just dropped. It's going to go for something along the lines of Roaches defensively. It's entirely plausible. It's a very strong strategy to go by. But this time around, with DRG going against him, DRG has got his metabolic boost started and is getting his own bailing nest shortly as well, because he's got his guys in gas. There's not going to be a huge timing advantage for Revival, because to be honest, I think DRG's in the better spot. He's got that extra drone, everything else is basically even, so he's not really... I really don't think Revival has benefited a lot from having the earlier queen. We can see that his larva count is even and everything, and so it's literally just, he's just even. There's no advantage to his build, or he didn't use it to try and put pressure onto DRG, and it's allowing DRG to do whatever DRG wants, and that's always a bad thing when he's your opponent. He's also just droning up a lot. So these players are looking like they're preparing for a nice solid macro ZVZ, as neither of them are really using their bailiness offensively. Or actually, you know what? DRG is going to skip his bailiness and go for the Roach Warren route. Which is actually kind of something I like. He's going to be forced to be a little passive at the start of the game. However, he's going to have a much stronger mid-game when he engages and already has his Roach Tech in play. He can get his Glior Constitution pretty quickly. But this is all going to be scouted by Revival's Lings going across the map incredibly speedily. And they'll be able to see this Roach Warren as they're moving across there. And we should see it getting clicked on. Yep, we just saw the red circle going around it. So we do know that Revival is aware that a Roach Warren is coming out instead of a Bailing Nest. And let's just go ahead and look at the obligatory great Baneling Pulsation, and move along as Revival is continuing to drone up as well. Both these players are getting a very high drone count, and it's actually just seeing Revival taking the lead in that respect. He does have a Roach Warren in a really good spot over there, and it's going to be really solid to move on from that. And looking around at here, we are going to be watching as Revival is probably going to try and defend his third base as he's getting hit by these Lings. Because these Lings are possibly, ooh, DRG, look at the spread. He's going to make it so it's an inefficient trade no matter what for Revival, and there we see this hatchery is actually taking a serious amount of damage. It's down to 30 health. 2 Lings that will not be able to DPS down, but still, that is a healthy amount of damage that will be hard to replenish, and DRG's third is actually even faster than all that. But let's look out for Lair Tech. No Lair Tech for DRG. We've got Lair Tech on the way for Revival. So Revival could have a faster roach speed, and we see him going down, throwing down an Evo Chamber as well as putting on pressure to this third base of DRG, and that's a lot more Lings than what DRG was using. But it looks like the Ling count's going to be in favor of Revival as he's going to be pushing. Whoa, reinforcements. There's even a Roach in there. That should be enough to push back Revival, and there we see that DRG does indeed a single Ling lead in there. By the way, I don't know if this fools all you guys, but I always see this and think, oh, burrowed Zergling, and then it's never a burrowed Zergling. Whoa, that is a big Baneling hit. That is a very nice Baneling hit. Alright, so now we're seeing Revival going to go ahead and turn around and start putting pressure back on his third yet again, and look at DRG completely abandoning it. So he's going to completely abandon this third for the moment, but we're going to see this Roach is going to be picked off very easily. Lings are getting surrounded, and this is a nice pick off for Revival. He's below in the food count. They start being able to move in, and this one Baneling is going to be a huge threat against all Lings, but now we're seeing DRG is being forced to pull back with his high Roach count. This hatchery will fall, and we see the Queen waste the spawn larva on it. Probably should have done a creep tumor there when that would have done a lot better. But there we have the death of all of the broodlings. And moving along, we can check the fact that this third base Revival has been re-put down. I believe those roaches may have been enough to actually force it to stop for that period of time. But we are watching Lair going down as well as an Evo Chamber for DRG. You take a look over here in the Lander Revival. These guys +1 missile attacks already going down. And as far as the drone counts go, DRG is ahead and he's getting 9 more drones. So DRG, even though he doesn't have a running third, he will have a running third the second that hatchery completes. But right now it seems like DRG wants to take down this expansion from Revival. Revival's got double upgrades, by the way. I think I actually saw that bottom Evo, but it is getting the carapace out. The Roach speed has begun as well, and here we have DRG pushing forward. The Roach count is definitely in favor of Revival, and see DRG immediately retreating. We actually have some Lings attacking to the main base as well right now, doing a little bit of damage. I don't think they're actually killing much of anything. We see 3 drones have been killed so far, and there we go. 4 drones have been killed so far. Nice pickoffs by that little bits of harassment, and we see that DRG's Roach speed is going to be behind that of Revival's, but Revival's macro is really starting to kick in from that earlier stuff. But the fact that he's just not droning getting units is what's eating up his supply. DRG's got 65 drones, and he's going to start powering out units. So if Revival doesn't attack soon, he may as well just get purely overrun without any other way to look at it. But where's the other tech? Is either player going to start getting Hydras or Infestors or something along those lines? Because as of right now, Pure Roach versus Pure Roach is definitely going to be an interesting battle, considering if you look at the army supplies, it's very much in favor of Revival at this point. But he's got to attack now. His 1-1 is done. This is his timing. This is his chance. We see DRG's got his +1 attack, but he does not have the carapace upgrade that is here, and it's going to give it an advantage to Revival for the attack. Now it's all managed. Positioning to be hugely important. We see that DRG's going to have the faster reinforcements. It's going to be so important. He's been able to produce more at once, and the food supplies are starting to get a little bit more even, but there we see the engagement happening. We're going to have a Revival going forward. He's going to push his advantage right now. DRG still does not have the carapace upgrade, and Revival is streaming forward and doing so much damage to DRG. We have more roaches streaming across the map, and DRG is actually looking to be really weak. Where is his army? Where does his army go? Is it just where'd it go? He actually is down to 16 roaches, and GG. We see a huge punishment against DRG with XSplit continuing to. What is going on? Okay, we're ignoring overlays now. We just saw a really strong attack and everything by Revival. He punishes the greed coming out from DRG incredibly effectively, and with that, actually, it kind of looks really cool with the black background. I kind of like it now. Huh. Anyway, but those are really nice plays. Able to punish the greed from DRG and push in with a lot of roaches and to stream forward. He had the upgrade advantage and everything, got the better positioning, and it worked out quite well for him. So let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. Seriously, what is going on with this overlay stuff?